So the Premier League final day has come to an end. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect, and we have some interesting things that we're going to talk about. First of all, Liverpool have officially lifted the Premier League trophy, which they won, I think, about a month ago. And as they did that, they lift that with a draw against Crystal Palace. Chelsea have managed to beat Nottingham Forest, which puts them in the Champions League places. Manchester City also beat Fulham by 2-0, which put them as well in the Champions League places. Newcastle as well won to remain in the Champions League. Then Tottenham Hotspurs, by beating Manchester United, that means they will be in the Champions League next season. So 6 teams of the Premier League will be in the Champions League. Europa has 2 teams, and it is Aston Villa, after just missing out of the Champions League places, of course, with that game that they lost against Manchester United with 2-0. So much robbery that happened in that game, as well as Crystal Palace, because they are the FA Cup champions. Is that how you said? FA Cup champions, hence why they are gonna be in the Europa places. Then the team that is in the Europa Conference League Cup is none other than Nottingham Forest. This could not have looked any better, or nobody would have ever predicted that some of the teams that are in this list are actually there. Also, on top of the other one, we can also say, looking at it, we can say Nottingham Forest, with what they've done during the season, should be better, should be somewhere else, and a lot of things that is happening. So I'm gonna talk about it, talk about the everything from the Liverpool to where you want to where we're gonna be going. But if you want to hear a more in-depth in terms of Liverpool winning the title, winning the things, there is a channel that is actually part of this, so you can go click that, go watch that video where we talk about Liverpool winning their number 20 Premier League title. We go in depth talking about the emotions, what's happening, the players leaving, everything. It will be dropping very soon after this video in that channel, so you can go check it out. I'm excited. Also, go subscribe to that channel if you're a Liverpool fan, because we're going to be doing so much out of that channel, especially next season. Be excited, people, because a lot of things are going to happen. So first of all, the game between Liverpool and Crystal Palace was an interesting one, because I have to say, started with a defensive communication between Konate and Van Dijk, an easy goal for Saha to score. I think Crystal Palace scored another goal, which was disallowed for offside. And as the game continued, we also saw on the other side Liverpool trying. They should have scored so many goals. So much they were missing. I think Jota hit the post. Salah almost, there were a lot of chances which were there, and also the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace continued his good rate that he did against Man City in the FA Cup, stopped so many things, and a lot of things happened in that game. But I think I've gone way further far. Let's talk about what happened in the beginning of the game, people. The guard of honor. Crystal Palace were given the champions of the Premier League the guard of honor, but Liverpool had an amazing hint that they offered also the FA Cup winners, because after they passed, they went and formed their own guard and also gave a guard of honor to Crystal Palace. Something that was unique, I think, ever been seen in the Premier League. I've never seen another team doing that. It happened in front of Jurgen Klopp. You could see him smiling, and it just made him feel amazing. And the game was played. Things happened, like I'm saying, the goal which was scored, Liverpool tried to attack, but Crystal Palace defensively, they were doing so well. One thing that I noticed, Liverpool tried so many long crosses, like the high crosses, but somehow you have to understand Crystal Palace have some tall defenders, and they were able to stop any threat that was coming from those tall crosses. And if you could see the way they compete with Liverpool, yes, we can talk about Liverpool and the beach. They're not performing at the level that they used to. They're on the beach. You could see that Crystal Palace are a strong team, and if they can continue what they're doing, especially now they're going to be in the Europa League, it's going to be exciting what they can actually achieve in that competition. Also, in the game, Ryan Gravenberch got a yellow card trying to, I think he was stripped, but the ref thought that he jumped because the way he fell. If you look at it from another angle, it looks like he jumped. Then later on, after the manager decided to take out Ibu Konate out of the game, because now Liverpool were trying to come back from this game. This is the final game, the game you get the trophy, and it was never going to look any way good if we had left that game without winning the game. that was going to be a problem. So they were trying to attack, trying to go forward, doing so much. So the manager decided to sacrifice a defender in Ibu Konate, putting Gravenberch to be next to Van Dijk. And I think Robertson was dropped as one of the back three to help the team to go forward. Then Ryan Gravenberch, I think it was from a corner, did not control the ball well, and he was taken down. And that's where the red card came out. So in everything that happened, it was just interesting. Also talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. The first time when he announced that he's leaving, he was booed out of Enfield, but today he was given the respect and he was given an amazing walk-off. It means that the Liverpool fans have learned to accept that he's leaving, and that maybe because of the business and the deals that Liverpool are doing on the outside, helped the team to allow him to actually walk. We saw him in tears when they were celebrating. All of those things you'll find out on the Liverpool LFC channel. Like I said, go link. The link is in the title. Just go press the channel. You'll see the video will be that side. Let's talk about the other thing that happened in the game. On the other game, Arsenal played against Southampton in a game that they won. It was a good game. I think finished 2-1. I was actually even impressed by the goal that Martin Odegaard scored in the last. I think it was amazing. There's still so much for Arsenal to work on. There's still so much that they can improve on. Manchester City, Ilkay Gundogan, I'm forgetting who's the other one. I did not really watch the game. They won the game to make sure that they solidify themselves to finish in position 3 of the Premier League. And I think that they needed this, especially with how the season has been going. Newcastle, of course, they finished number 3 in a game which was actually a surprise loss to Everton, in a game that almost everyone predicted that they were going to beat Everton. That did not happen. So it just helped them to just making sure that they seal the number 5th spot, because the only way they were going to go down if Aston Villa had won that game at United, which they didn't. So that's how we played out with those games. Then we also saw Aston Villa in a game which they played against United. They were given a red card to Martinez. Fair. That was a red card. As the game continued, second half, the United goalkeeper make a mistake. They scored the goal. Then it was ruled out. No any explanation. United came in the game. They won the game. But it seems like there are a lot of things that happened. I did not really watch the game. I just watched the first half the most. That's why I saw the Martinez era, which I think, I don't know what happened mental-wise. Allow that goal to go in and you try to recover as a team. But also, when we're being honest, Unai Emery's team did not really turn up for this game. I don't know why. Is it maybe something was just up, but they did not turn up, and it was very clear from the word God. But they're gonna be in the Europa League, which means they miss out, because so many teams want that Champions League spot. It gives them the financial muscle to show, to do more, to do so much, and because of missing out, it's gonna be interesting. Of course, Crystal Palace, we saw them playing against Liverpool today. They put up a masterclass, which I feel like they're going to be perfect in the Europa League. They're going to be able to perform so well. The other team that I was really confused with is Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is a team that has shown that they are very good, especially at home, they can fight. But how they allowed the Chelsea to just win? The game finished, by the way, by 1-0 in a game which they could have helped themselves if they'd come back in this game and actually be in the Champions League places. But maybe the pressure, remember, this is a small team that has been really, really on the low. And for the first time you go to that point of view, of course, pressure is going to be different from whatever you were actually experiencing as a team. And I think that's what got to them. And even though the game finished the way it did, there is still so much, and there's so much that they can improve upon. And that's what we're going to be here for. I was really excited for what I saw. The other games which were played, of course, Tottenham was lost by 4-1 against Brighton in a game they actually scored first. Then Brighton came from behind to beat them, to officially confirm, if I'm not mistaken, that Tottenham Hotspur this season, I think they've lost 21 games. That's a lot for a big team. Ipswich were walloped by West Ham by 3-1. And I think Southampton, of course, played against us. Now, Brentford versus Wolves finished 1-1. What an amazing achievement for Wolves, by the way, because they came from the ditch and they were able to perform well. I'm actually happy that the goal scorer for Wolves is Munetsi, my countryman. It's amazing to see how he is good in this, performing in this one. So that's how the Premier League finishes for us people. It finished Liverpool winning the trophy at Anfield. They won it a long time ago with 54 points. The team following them was Arsenal with 54 points as well. We also have Man City with 71 points, Chelsea with 69, Newcastle with 66, the same as Aston Villa. But the problem was this: Aston Villa should have, at least even a draw would have helped them to qualify for the Champions League places. Then Nottingham Forest below them with 65. Then Brighton were also at 61, and a lot of things that happened. Going to the relegation zone, Tottenham Hotspur just safe, but they're in the Champions League position. Leicester City relegated with 25 points, Ipswich with 22 points, as well as Southampton with 12 points. Talking about that, the teams which were promoted to the Premier League, I think we saw the game which we saw against Sunderland, which was played recently, as a to see Sunderland being brought back into the Premier League. And they're coming with Leeds and also I think that one is Burnley. So it's Burnley, Leeds, and Sunderland. They're back in the Premier League. I'm really excited. I think the story of Sunderland even means more than the other thing that is happening, but I'm excited. The Premier League looks like it's going to be strong next season. A lot of transfers are already happening. Liverpool have already moving on some serious players. Kirk is already confirming on the poster that things are happening. A lot of things are happening, people, and we're really excited. And I can't wait to see what happens. Also, on the other side, the players who have been given accolades for their best performance. We can see here that Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya, as well as Matthias Sells from Nottingham Forest. They all finished both on 13 clean sheets, which means they win the Golden Glove, both of them. An achievement which needs to be celebrated, people. It's a big achievement which needs to be celebrated. And also, Mo Salah wins the Golden Boots. He won the Golden Boots as well as the Playmaker of the Season. On top of that, he was awarded the Player of the Season just I think a day before, if I'm not mistaken, which shows how much he has done and he has offered in the league, and that needs to be celebrated. Not only that, on the Mo Salah, Ryan Gravenberch was awarded the Young Player of the Season, showing that how much he has been able to perform and how much he has done. Now we wait to see the team of the season officially confirmed, and also we see who the manager of the season will be. But so many people have the Nottingham Forest manager being one of those. But my eyes are on Arne Slot. His first season, come in, perform so well, won the league. I think he deserves the respect. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Where are you watching us from? What did you think of the performance of the league? Liverpool, have they impressed you? What do you think of the Premier League as a whole? Because so many teams have made it to European places. 6 teams in the Champions League, two teams as well in the Europa, as well as 1 team in the Conference League. Count those things down, it's 9 teams that have made it to the Europa, to European places. That's almost close to half of all the teams that are going to be performing in Europe. That tells you the strength of the Premier League, how good they've been performing, and where they can even go further. I'm excited. Liverpool are making some changes. They're making some strengthening. They're really strengthening the team. I think that's the only team right now that has officially signed a player in Jeremy Frimpong, very close to Kirkus, very close to Vets. So many players are coming. Man City are also working on the Rangers deal. We are also seeing Manchester United working on the Cunha deal. We have so many things, and now I'm hearing Tottenham are working on the Ryan Cherky deal. So much is happening in the Premier League. We will be keeping you updated over the transfer window. We will be keeping you updated over everything that is happening. And to all those people like who have been with me here, just say champions. Just write champions in the comment section for supporting me, for being with me. Just show me that you've reached to the end of the video by writing champions. That'll mean so much for me, because all of you are champs. As well as, if you're still watching, guys, click that link that is in the title. Go check out the Football Connect LFC. If you're a Liverpool fan, you'll be kept updated with all the players that we're signing. I'm about to work on some player analysis of all the team players that are coming in, looking at how they're going to improve Liverpool and what they're going to be doing. That content won't be on the Football Connect. It will be on the Football Connect LFC, going from the transfer window, continuing to the new season. I'm excited over 2025-2026 season, which will be coming in. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the content. If you're watching this on Facebook, what are you waiting for? Go check out the Football Connect LFC as well as the Football Connect. That's the best way you can support us on YouTube. The link is there in the bio. It's always important. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect. We're out. Peace.